Hello, I'm Amara Sampas representing KMS California. I've recently returned from our IQ cutting program up in Portland, Maine with Amadeo Durango. We've learned a plethora of knowledge and multiple techniques to create endless possibilities in styling. It was an extremely important course, 3 days, you learn it all, you can create anything. Today I'm going to teach you a haircut that I have most requested in salon, which is the long beachy bob. It's great for summer. It really just lets you kind of wash and go if you need to, or you can style it, put a little extra effort for days when you feel a little bit more fancy. I've started with my mannequin today. She's washed with our hair play texture shampoo, which is great to just give us a base for that style. It's going to prepare us for everything that we need to create into the hair later. I have then sprayed my mannequin with the Add Volume Body Build Detangler. The Body Build Detangler is wonderful. It creates 40% more volume and style. It's also a great tool for cutting, a cutting lotion to spray, keep the hair at even elasticity, which is very important to get an even haircut. I have then gone in and sectioned my mannequin and using our octagonal one length technique. I have created a central vertical parting and then a radial ear to ear, leaving me with 4 quadrants. To find the radial ear to ear, I place a comb on top of the head. Where the comb sits flat to the top of the ear is my radial ear to ear parting. I have then gone in, after I've had my 4 quadrants, and placed a comb on the back of the head, right about on the occipital bone, and on the side, right below the parietal ridge. Where these combs intersect is where my corner back sections are. I do that on both sides, giving me 4 quadrants in the back. For the front, I then place a comb across the forehead and right below the parietal ridge, and this separates my 4 sections in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the back, 4 in the front, an octagonal one length. This gives you a great prep. I have never been able to get such a straight line as I do with using the octagonal one length. I will then take down each section and separate that into subsections using horizontal partings. I keep my sections fairly small so that I don't have to worry about pushing any hair or taking more than I can handle. I comb my hair at natural fall, and using the guidelines that we've created during our consultation on her length, I cut. T to part, making sure her head is at natural position. And I will go in. You really do want her to be at eye level, so you're sure that you're not bending and moving your body in strange ways. It's very important to make sure that she's at comfortable eye level so you can get a good cut. Again, combing to natural fall, 0 degrees, and I'm not using much tension on my comb. It's really just there more for a guide. And I cut. I continue this through my 4 back sections. Again, I can see my guideline, so I'm sure I'm not taking too much hair. 0 degrees, natural fall, using my underneath as my guide. When I get to the front sections of the head, to create a little bit of a different look, I like to over-direct slightly, kind of dropping out those front sections so they have a little bit more of a forward push. So I will take my section and slightly over-direct back into my corner back sections. Still at natural fall, using 0 degrees, but slightly over-directed. You see a slight forward push there. If I were to be cutting a fringe, these front sections would be my fringe. With this cut, especially in the summer, I feel like it's kind of hard to have a bang in your face. So I'm always hot, so I decide that, you know, kind of keeping it off the face, not creating a fringe. Those would be my fringe sections, but here I'm just going to over direct them back into my length. Natural fall, 0 degrees. And same on the other side. Now that I've created my perfect straight octagonal one length technique to get my perimeter set, I go back in and I will utilize a central vertical part. And again, a radial ear to ear, using my comb to find the high point of the head to the top of the ear, sectioning out my front and my back. Next, I'll be utilizing 90-degree layers, vertical. That's going to give me a slight layer on the bottom. I'm not really going to take too much. I'm going to concentrate on leaving her weight line a little bit lower. Take about 1/2-inch sections throughout the back of the head. Make sure your sections are clean. Still, make sure that the elasticity is even in the hair. It is evenly moist. And then I use my sectioning 90 degrees so it's running perpendicular to the floor. Strong tension, and I use point cutting. I like to keep that edges soft and a nice texture, just setting it up for our finished look. Then again, I'm using a traveling guide. My previous section is my traveling guide, and I will take even sections all throughout the back and point cut. Continue this in your back sections. Now that I've completed my 90-degree vertical layers in the back, I will then use the diagonal forward sections. Because I did leave that slight dropout in the front, and not really a dropout, but more of just an over direction to give her a little bit more length from the front of the head, I will like to keep that cohesive. I will take a slight section as my guide from my previously cut back layers and use diagonal forward sectioning. You can see that. Diagonal forward sectioning, straight out from the head, and point cut to connect, being sure that I'm maintaining the length. Now I've completed my layering and my haircut using the 90 degrees vertical partings in the back and diagonal forward in the front. Strong tension throughout, making sure to keep the most even haircut that we can. Maintaining an even tension throughout the haircut is very important. And also, again, important, the elasticity. Making sure that it is wet evenly is very important. Now, because I did use those diagonal forward sections, she's going to have a nice forward push to her hair. That's going to really accentuate that slight angle that we have without having her commit to the older type of angled inverted bobs that we were seeing. Still kind of keeping with that soft, beachy look. Now I'm going to go in using the same sectioning as I did with my previous layering, just to add a little bit more texture to really personalize this. I'm going to point cut. Now that I've completed the haircut, next is going to be our styling. I'd really like to keep her with a beachy look, but texture does not mean damage, so I would love to use our Free Shape Hot Flex Cream. The Rodiala Water Mint is a thermal protectant to protect her from our blow drying and any other thermal styling we may be doing. I emulsify my hands and apply throughout her hair, being sure to get evenly coated. This will also make her style last until her next wash, which is just amazing. The whole Free Shape line is thermal protected, and also any style that you put in there will maintain until your next shampoo. Next, I'll be using our Hair Play Sea Salt Spray. It has just that sea salt for texture. This is wonderful to give you that beachy look. Clients love this product. Spraying throughout hair, it'll add really, really nice, beachy, just out of the ocean texture. I am then going to use my Free Shape Quick Blow Dry Spray. Be sure to shake this as it is a two-part. The top part has our silicones in it to help spread the hair and dry quicker. Bottom part is the caring ingredients to protect it, thermal protected, and also humidity protectant, as our whole Free Shape line is. Be sure to shake it. Very important. I then like to make sure I brush this through the hair so everything is evenly coated. Now, that quick blow dry spray is going to be used last. If it is used first, you will not have the end result that you need. It pretty much just will not work. I will then go in with my blow dryer, pre-dry, making sure to stay in the same direction of the hair in the cuticle. I don't want to smooth her too much. I would like to keep that beachy, soft texture. So I'm going to go in with my paddle brush and just dry her. Now that I have completed blow drying my client, I can definitely feel the texture in her hair. The sea salt spray really gives it that awesome, not too clean, almost day after effect. But I know that I'm protected. You know, it may feel like it's got that serious texture in it, but because of my Free Shape products, I do have that thermopolymer, thermal protected. It's gonna last till her next wash. For her finishing styling, I have plugged in a 1-inch Marcel iron. Using my Free Shape 2-in-1, I am going to go into the hair, spraying section by section, find her desired part, which I like a little side part, and I am just going to curl her in fairly decent sized sections. I don't want it super curly, I just want more of that awesome beachy texture. but I will have my thermal protection through my 2-in-1. Super important. We don't want to fry hair. I use a figure 6. And sometimes I like to leave out the ends just to give it even more of that beachy kind of, you know, not too neat texture. Large sections. Don't go crazy with this. I'll alternate on which ways I use my figure 6 curl pattern. Now that I have finished curling my entire mannequin, I then will go back in with my free shape 2-in-1. This can be used for styling and finishing, which is nice. It doesn't get too sticky, but you get all that protection and hold. And a little bit of shine. I'll go back in and kind of shake her curls out, finger combing them just to get that really relaxed, beachy look. Sometimes if she's feeling maybe like she's a little bit too neat, I like to go in, and this product isn't really meant for what I'm about to use it for. It's more for, you know, soaking up an oil, but I find that if you spray our Hair Play makeover spray into the hair, you get even more of that beachy look. It's great paired with your sea salt spray. Just aid each other in giving you that look. It's got rice powder in it, so it'll soak up any oils that are in there. Sometimes I just feel like it looks a little too neat, so I like to really deconstruct it with the makeover spray. And here's our finished look. Beachy long bob. All the girls want it right now. Now through utilizing our IQ cutting techniques, I have achieved a look exactly what I wanted. I knew where exactly I needed to mind map and what I needed to do to get the desired look. My 90-degree layers in the back gave me a great texture, a low weight line. My diagonal forward sections in the front gave me a slight forward swing, which I really like to kind of set it apart from just a typical long bob. My style equation for this look was my Hair Play Texture Shampoo with the PEG and PPG, PEG 90, to give you a great texture from start to finish. It's going to prep us, make everything easier for us. The next thing I used was my Add Volume Body Build Detangler. 40% more volume, adds a great bulk into the hair. Great, great cutting tool, just all over great product. Doesn't get too sticky, I love it. Next, I use my Free Shape Hot Flex Cream, thermal protectant, humidity protectant, hold her style till the next wash. Wonderful, wonderful product. My next product in my style equation is the Hair Play Sea Salt Spray. Does exactly what it says it's going to do. Give you that out of the water, out of the beach, fresh off the ocean texture. Great, great product. It's also buildable. I feel like sometimes if, you want a little bit even more deconstructed, give it another spritz. That's going to kind of release some of that wave. Awesome, awesome product. Everybody loves this, especially in the summer. Effortless hair, just wonderful stuff. Again, my Free Shape Quick Blow Dry. Pretty much every one of my clients takes this home. I don't care how long it takes you to blow dry your hair, but this is going to cut it down in half. Please remember to shake it. It's a two-phase system. You've got your thermal protectants, your humidity protectant, everything you could ever need in here. And again, our Free Shape 2-in-1 for styling and finishing. Great product, buildable, so you don't have to worry about having too much weight into the hair. Great, great product. Style equation is extremely important. If I can't create a look without using these products, how is my client going to create them when they go home? It's really almost, impossible. They say, oh, I can't get my hair to look like yours. When you do it, what am I doing wrong? I need these products. You need these products. So that was our recap for our long beachy bob. I hope that I could share some knowledge with you. Please check out kmscalifornia.com and goldwell.us.com for any upcoming education. Webcasts on there. You can learn everything you ever wanted to know and more. The IQ cutting program is extremely important, whether you're new, whether you are a seasoned stylist. It's just going to make your life a lot easier, give you simple things, simple techniques using the head shape and using the knowledge that we have in creating texture and creating bulk and creating, weightless lines. All of the above, you can create anything. Thank you so much.